Hello, and welcome to Goats and Dragons, the stream where Helpful Goat Gaming plays Dungeons and Dragons, a game of shared storytelling where I try to kill my friends. I'm Andrew Gilbert, the benevolent dictator of Helpful Goat Gaming, but tonight I'm your friendly neighborhood dungeon master. And I'm not alone. With me, as always, is the unbenevolent dictator of Helpful Goat, Galway, playing the Tiefling Sorcerer Charity.
Reminding everyone, as always, that friendly neighborhood dungeon master should be in quotes. It's the friendly part.
Am I not saying it like it's in quotes? Oh, well, whatever. Adam, playing the halfling rogue Burbage Kemp.
Burbage Kemp. Hi, that's me.
Okay, yeah. Lena playing the Goliath Barbarian Stormbringer.
Yeah, hi.
Jay playing the Drow Elf Druid Vamaris.
Hi.
God, we're so awkward. You understand we've done this now 34 times, guys, right?
This
I
felt
feel like
like
we've
our
gotten a little
first time.
better.
It did
No,
not.
this felt like
No, we're
Mine-
slightly better.
Mine was a beautiful
slightly-
Mine was a beautiful, flawless roast of your genocidal tendencies.
You're totally right. It was. Yeah, good.
22 charisma.
Anyway, good. So, a couple announcements. We do this every Friday, 9 Eastern Standard Time, 7 Mountain. And you can check out our archive on YouTube under Helpful Goat Gaming. It's a lot of fun. It's an amazing story. We are 34 episodes in, so I understand if you don't necessarily want to start right here, but go back and see the rest. It's fascinating. It's great. Yeah. Also, we are affiliate, which means you are able to cheer and subscribe to us. And as a reminder, everyone who has Amazon Prime, you're able to subscribe for free to us through Twitch Prime, which gives you a free subscription. Super easy to link those accounts and get that set up. Fuck it. If you want help, just email me. I'll tell you exactly how to do it if you want to do such things. Super easy. I don't mind doing that. Yeah. And anyway, we really appreciate the support. If you like what you're seeing, tell your friends. Talk to us in chat. We're pretty friendly. Yeah. And with that, let's get tonight's episode of Goats and Dragons on its way right now.
What's your guys' favorite opening credit sequence of like any TV show ever?
Ooh.
I like a good 90s cartoon opening.
Yeah, Evangelion.
That is a very good choice.
I like the one for True Blood, but I'm a little obsessed with vampires, so.
HBO has some good ones.
Furikuri.
Leftovers.
Yeah.
Furikuri was also pretty solid.
Carnival. Dun dun. Dun dun dun.
Also, if we want to talk about 90s cartoons in a different context, Rocko's Modern Life.
Oh, Rocko's Modern Life. What a weird show that was.
You are not wrong. Previously on Goats and Dragons, the family, and specifically Vamaris, defeated the old stablemaster of Wistamere, who was simply masquerading as such. In truth, this ex-bounty hunter was an incredibly powerful druid, an assassin who bent animals and elementals to his will. He was incredibly dangerous, but luckily, the party survived. When with his dying breath, he hinted that there was information on Vamaris within his house, which was recently set on fire. Vamaris and Burbage rushed in to retrieve what they could. While many documents went up in smoke, they were able to grab some, and Burbage came out with a chest. After fleeing the burning city, and everyone had reverted back to their true forms, The family sat around Vamaris and helped him pore over the papers he had confiscated. From these, he put together several pieces of a puzzle. It appears that Vamaris is the young clone of someone named Corin. Aurora and Corin created Vamaris in order to propel Corin's vision further into the future. Though Vamaris' memories of Corin are entirely missing, a few of them have been unlocked here and there, but Vamaris does have trouble mixing up a bit of Corin's memories with his own. This druid had hunted Aurora, that's hard to say, the rural juror Aurora. I'm just kidding. This druid had hunted them for years, rejoined a druid circle, and even killed that circle for their secret teachings, came back to hunt them down. Not much of Vamaris' past makes... Oops. Yeah, this sentence. Now, much of Vamaris' past makes more sense. But still, what is to be done with the prophecy that Aurora and Corin took such great sacrificial pains to protect? Now the family has made their way quietly and secretly along the flowing river toward the mountains in the distance. The warm weather is interrupted now by chills of brisk wind rolling down the majestic slopes ahead of them. You see the peaks of the Bovalian Mountains, and in the distance you see a break in those spires of stone, a break known as the Myriad Path. Used now mostly by brave adventurers, foolish traders, or stout barbarians, the pass is a bit dangerous and crowded. Oddly, Stormbringer has gotten a bit quieter as you progress toward the great stone cliffs to the east. Out here, where there is no road to be traveled, no path trampled by heavy hoof, Vamaris continues to make food and clean water while Burbage and Stormbringer scout ahead every once in a while for food, shelter, and living souls. All of which is a bit more rare in this area than they are used to. Hunting, of course, is no problem, but there is something about the wildlife out here, something that seems to suggest these beasts are more aware of your intentions. This makes killing and cleaning them a bit harder. Several days have now passed, and no other individual has been seen in this rough wilderness. And now, the slopes are becoming steeper, and the jutting rocks along the stream more jagged. What is it that all of you would like to do?
So wait, where are we? Where did we end up deciding we were going? Did we end up deciding we were going to the waterfall or the other path that is the pass through? Or did we not actually split yet?
You haven't actually... I mean, you're kind of going in both directions.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that what we closed on was we figured if
Probably
we got to, like, about the end of this river, that would be where we could either cut southeast, as I'm trying to get a measure. Either we could cut sort of that way, or keep going that way.
Okay, thank you.
What time is it?
It's about morning.
Okay.
So you guys have noticed, like, as the days, as we've been riding and stuff, I've just been like I look like I'm trying to make myself smaller and less noticeable, but that's not really possible when I'm a 7 foot something, 300 pound something Goliath, but I'm trying real hard.
Charity's just going to sort of see this, like, you realize that we could stack the rest of the family together and we'd still be smaller than you, right?
Do you think that would help?
Maris will shake his head.
Charity's just going to wince. No, it won't help.
Oh, then why did you say that?
I was trying to indicate that your current course of action might not be the most effective, but now I just have a headache.
So do I.
Come on, Stormbringer, why don't we scout ahead for some food and things?
And possibly
And
people.
things, yeah. No, let's not look. Let's no people. No people.
They might be
If
friendly.
there's people, I'll tell you, and we can turn around and go a different way.
So we're still going to have that conversation about the person who said they were your sister.
I don't think I mean, I don't know a sister. I don't know a sister. I'm gonna go, and Stormbringer starts riding ahead to go scout.
Burbage is gonna give Charity a severe look, and I'm gonna message Cantrip, leave her alone. And then I'll haughtily ride after her.
She's never going to tell us her story.
Yeah, probably not.
So, Stormbringer, what's your story anyway?
Stormbringer's gonna kind of pick up the pace of her horse a little, not like she's running from Burbage, but just like she's, getting ready to run from Burbage.
Is there douchebag-spiration?
There should be. I don't have a story. I don't know what that means. I'm not like a writer or a novelist, Burbage.
I'll pick my pace up to match hers. No, you misunderstood me, Stormbringer. I'm not asking for your story. I'm asking for a story. Why don't you tell me a story?
I'm not very good at that, but there was this one time that I saved a bunch of owlbears. Do you remember that? I saved baby owlbears, and now they love me.
Yeah, I remember that. I was there. I sort of helped.
Did you?
Against my own will.
Oh,
Remember
right,
that?
I remember that.
She
Yeah.
told me to do it. It was actually kind of funny. Like, I was just lying on the ship, and then Lamina, whispered to me, yo, you should help these owlbears. And right at that time, Charity was saying to Vamaris, is it just me, or is Burbage getting weirder? And I sprung up, and I said, it isn't just you. I am getting weirder. And I jumped off. Anyway.
Yeah.
Sure, might include that in some kind of recap of my adventures later on.
It's almost like Burbage has been editing our...
Speaking of adding characters with meta-awareness.
Yeah, that's a good story, but how about just making up a story?
I
Something
don't know how to tell stories, dude.
that-
Have I ever told a story? Have you heard me?
not. That's why I asked. So you don't know how to tell a story? Do you know what
No.
a story is?
It's a lie that you tell people about things that didn't happen.
Suppose that's one way of standing it. Alright, so tell me a lie. Here, I'll narrow it down for you. Tell me a lie about your past.
I have 25 brothers.
Good story. I'll take this opportunity, Andy, to look around, I guess. Should I?
Sure. Yeah, give me a perception check.
I also think
Yeah,
chat,
Stormbringer is legitimately trying to scout, so I'll do a perception check too.
I also feel chat should know that I'm legitimately crying at this interaction. I'm laughing so hard.
All right, Burbage, you're just kind of looking around, but your main focus is on Stormbringer, so you're not actually seeing a lot. You see a couple of birds that if you really wanted to, you could probably pick out of the sky. But Stormbringer, actually, it doesn't take long before you kind of found a large raspberry bush with really ripe, fresh raspberries on it. And if you just take a couple of minutes, you could harvest quite a few of them.
Hey, I found raspberries for us. And I'll get down and start picking them up. Or picking them.
I'll join her and help pick some raspberries. Sure. Nice find, Stormbringer. This is awesome.
Thanks. Maybe you can make some of your alcohol out of it so you don't run out, since we should probably not see people for a while until we're through them.
What do you mean by that? Burbage is going to be looking
Oh,
at Stormbringer really,
so-
suspiciously.
So you make alcohol by fermenting things, and then something happens with like yeast or something in there, and it eats the sugars?
Stormbringer, I know how to make alcohol. My question is, why are you so dead set on getting me to drink it?
I'm not trying to get you to drink alcohol. I just know that you get really upset if you don't have it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, mixed messages here. Really interesting, Stormbringer. Oh, these are good raspberries. I bet. I'm gonna eat one. Andy, how does it taste?
Oh, do you? Okay. Give me a Constitution saving throw. I'm just kidding. It tastes really good. No, they taste good. Tastes like nice ripe raspberries.
Nice.
You can smell them too off of the large bush in front of you, and yeah. And again, that sort of cold wind blows down from the mountains just a little bit, but yeah, it just everything feels fresh and kind of anew right now. It's quite pleasant. Vamaris and Charity, as they are gone, what are you two up to?
We're on a path right now.
Yeah, you're on the rough terrain next to a stream. Are you just kind of continuing on and
I'm probably
doing your thing?
slowly.
I'm probably like flipping through those bounties that
Sure.
we recovered,
Yeah.
that Vamaris had shared, and sort of looking. Do they all look like they're current, or do they look like these are all ones that he'd brought in, or
Right. Most of them are quite old. Give me a investigation check as you're going through.
boom, nat 20.
Wow.
Woo!
Probably a waste, but don't even care. Oh, but also just so I can drop that right now, this is a cantrip called Guidance. It's a very, very good cantrip. It lets you add a d4 to basically any skill check, or a party member that you particularly like add a d4 to a skill check. Use it early. Use it often. So that'll be a 25 total.
All right.
I just had to get it out of the
This
way.
episode of Goats and Dragons is brought to you by the Cantrip Guide.
Guidance. Making you better at shit.
25 is amazing. You didn't notice this at first, but one of the more recent bounties is for about 3,000 gold pieces. You don't. It doesn't have a name on it, but it does refer to a halfling, and it's a bounty taken out by someone named Theodric.
Huh.
They describe a halfling with kind of mussy brown hair and somewhat slight build for a halfling, but short nonetheless.
I'm going to look down at that, look at who it's posted by, look up at Vamaris. Oh, bugger.
Did you find something out?
I'm going to hand him the posting.
You also notice that this is about 20 years old, and it's one of the more recent ones in the stash.
So it doesn't seem like
20 years ago.
It doesn't seem like he had a bunch of current bounties that like he was picking up and keeping an eye out for. It. This actually does seem like sort of maybe his historical stash of them.
Right, yeah.
Theodric. Where have I heard that name before?
It's Burbage's lover?
You're right.
Whose father he killed because he was apparently stopping them from being together, and it sounds like Theodric might have put out a bounty on him. I feel that Burbage can also be added to the list of people who need to explain more things.
At that, you like hear Stormbringer's voice in your head, even though she's nowhere near you, saying, "Yeah, focus on Burbage."
You're going to see Charity sort of stiffen on the camel. Like, sometimes I regret enchanting these this way.
I I don't think Stormbringer actually heard any of that.
That would actually be possible.
Yeah.
She just randomly chose that.
Yeah, you
one
just
moment.
gotta chill though, Charity. You just got like a chill down your spine, knowing that Stormbringer would love it if you focused on Burbage.
Real quick, there hasn't been time fuckery, right?
No, yeah, you check the moon again, and you believe completely that everything is as it should be.
Okay,
No time
good.
skippage, no nothing. Yeah,
I have my eyes on the sky.
you do absolutely.
So, Stormbringer,
Yeah.
where do you reckon we should go when we reach the end of this river?
Off the beaten path would be good. Just kind of not through any passes or following any roads. It seems safe. We should go back to the others also and tell them that there's no monsters as far as we can tell.
Right, okay, so you want to go to that waterfall so you can remember Robin?
That'd be really cool. It sounds like she was really nice and a good person and that I liked her a lot, and then she died and I don't remember her at all.
Yeah, that all sounds about right. But just remember, Stormbringer. Now, actually, start kind of turning away to ride back.
Mm-hmm.
Memories are just lies that we tell ourselves. They're not always what we crack them up to be.
Oh, are they?
I'm riding away.
What does that mean? I'm gonna follow after him.
You get about 10 feet, Burbage, before you start, because for the first time in a while, actually, you do see someone. And it appears like really only about 30 feet back from the way you came. There's an elderly woman who has just...
What is happening?
Surprise, Grandma!
who is now kneeling on the ground in front of you, and unrolling sort of a large towel of something on the ground.
Kill her before she kills you!
Remember,
like
Sort
I'm
of
in a-
looks up and kind of motions you over to her.
remember, Burbage. Elderly women are just the lies that the universe tells us.
This icon, I feel like I'm in a Rankin Bass movie from the fucking 70s. This is absurd.
She's staring at me like she knows.
For those just listening to this, it is a pretty creepy old woman icon. I'll admit. But here's the thing: when you make an image of an old woman and icon, they all look really creepy.
Yeah,
It
but
doesn't mean all old women
Wow.
are creepy. Icons of them. This is the third one I tried, and the least creepy of them. I'm not joking.
she literally looks like. Do you remember the animated Lord of the Rings movies where they had weird like scenes of like real people in them?
Holy crap, you're right.
Yeah.
She looks like one of those. It's strange. All right, so I see her and she's on the ground and she's unfolding like a fabric,
Yeah,
cloth
she
or
kind
something.
of motions you over. Stormbringer, you now see her too, and in fact, you recognize this person.
Do I?
This is the old woman who told your fortune, who unraveled her spoons to explain that you would meet 3 friends that day, each of them having a very dangerous object. One of them a silver dagger, one of them a box, and one of them a friend. All of which would be very dangerous to them. She also hinted that you would have to save some lives that were trapped in a ship.
Burbage, don't get too close to that woman. This is weird. I saw her in Phidero. How could she have gotten here? She's very old.
Hey, old lady, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Oh, bit of a mouth on you, don't you, dearie? Don't worry, don't be afraid. I bet it's a bit startling out here.
How the fuck did you get here?
Oh, I suppose I walked for most of it.
You walked all the way from Phidero.
Oh, my dear, not from Phidero, no. No.
From where?
Oh, elsewhere. Now come
Where?
here,
No!
I have a proposition for you. I would like to tell your fortunes with my spoons.
Tell our fortunes from over there.
Well, I'm afraid that I could only do it one at a time.
We're afraid
Okay.
you're going to hurt us.
Oh, no. Oh, dear, no. Of course I wouldn't hurt you.
Insert jerk. Nat 20.
She wants to hurt you. There's no way around it. I can't. It's a nat 20. She wants to hurt you very badly.
I'll do my
But now that you
message.
know this...
I'll do a message cantrip to Stormbringer. Hey, you're totally right. She's dangerous. I think she wants to hurt us. But now that I know this, I think I can approach her and be able to defend myself. Especially, you also are prepared to defend me against the old woman. So this whole time, like, I'm having to move my mouth to do the message cantrip, right?
Yeah.
It's an
Yeah,
imperceptible
like, kind of
whisper, though.
Yeah.
An imperceptible whisper.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna start whistling really, really sharply, and it's clear that I'm trying to imitate birds, probably to signal Vamaris and Charity that we're in trouble, but I didn't communicate this to anyone before, so if they don't recognize the whistles as not birds...
Do I?
They should be along. You went ahead. They'll be along in the next 10 minutes
Okay.
or so, probably.
10 minutes. Battle rounds are like 6 seconds, Andy.
Do I hear a sharp
I know.
whistle?
I'm quite aware.
Stormbringer, this is still a message cantrip. Stormbringer, as soon as we hear Charity and Vamaris are within our sigil distance, you should message cantrip Charity a secret message that he'll understand the meaning of, which is, yes, focus on Burbage.
Okay. I'll do that, yeah. I'm gonna wisp message back to him.
See, it all came out. It's canon again now.
Hey, lady!
Yes.
Fuck you, I don't trust you.
Why? Oh,
There's that charisma up that he
All I-
used on ability score increase
all
on.
I want is to tell your fortunes, and believe me, it would do you good.
Lady, let me tell you something, alright? My
I
friends
will.
and I...
I have very large ears.
Don't interrupt me!
Pardon, master.
Do you have large teeth, too?
But...
She like pulls up her gums. No, I don't think so.
gross. Terrible. Listen, lady, my family and I, we've been through a lot. Time fuckery, weird hauntings by our pasts, all kinds of dangerous situations and battles and then treachery and betrayal. All right? The last thing any of us want right now is to be read a fortune by you. I think all of us have our own shit going on that front.
Yeah.
So why don't we resolve our current fortunes first, and then maybe you can do yours after. What do you say?
You'd like to tell my fortune? Is that what you said?
I don't think
don't
that's what he said.
know. I'm getting distracted by secret whispers in my ear.
Oh dear. Is it Thedric or his father that whispers to you, Burbage?
I'm just gonna stare at her. And Meta,
If you want to whisper to me, /W space type GM. And then you should be able to whisper that.
I've also
Meta, I think you should kill her.
also I don't know, meta /tech support. Y'all could also just private message on Discord.
Yeah.
Which has which, to be fair, does eliminate the chances of Andy accidentally publicly saying something that was supposed to be a whisper,
But
which
we
is
don't want that
always
eliminated, so-
hilarious.
Do you mind if I do it, Burbage? What I was just talking about, real quick.
What? Go for it. If that
Okay.
because I don't know how.
Okay, that's fine. Hold on one second.
This is making me nervous.
Yeah, this is
I'm
sketchy.
Burbage is still just staring this old lady down at the mention of Theodric and his father. And then Burbage is gonna break out into just a little kind of gentle grin. Wow. Old lady, I have no idea how you could know about that. How did you know Theodric and his father? Oh my god, I'm gonna ride up to her.
Burbage, don't go near her.
Oh, dearie,
man.
it's perfectly fine. He's worried about the names that I knew, and it's understandable, really.
And it's his
I'm
father.
You must have
It's his father
must have-
that haunts me. You
yes, you must have such demons from your past, Burbage.
know? I do. You looked right through me, didn't you? It's really
did.
impressive. I've always said to the family, we need an old lady in our group because old ladies have a lot of wisdom.
You've never said that.
I said it. Just
No, you haven't.
shut up. I'm trying to get along with the old lady.
She's creepy. Why are you near her?
She's just an old lady, Stormbringer. Look at her. And what's with all these spoons?
Do you have any
Yes.
idea how far Phidero is from here, Burbage? How could she have gotten here?
Darling, my spoons are how I tell fortunes, how I can read minds. They tell me things.
Are you like some creepy spoon wearing human skin?
No,
That is a strange.
that is... It's an outrageous accusation, really.
I think
Stormbringer.
that's what she is.
You might be better at telling stories than you let on, because that was very creative.
Your father was
Alright, now-
much better, Stormbringer, at telling stories. You remember him around the fire.
My father? Yeah, I remember my father. He was a nice man. What do you want?
No, I would like to help you understand a little more. I would read your fortunes. You don't even
Alright.
have to. You don't even have to come near me. You can sit 5 feet away. This is
I'm
perfect.
gonna-
Read mine. Me first. Focus on
Burbage.
Burbage. Focus on
Burbage.
Burbage. Focus
Oh,
on
Burbage, you are quite eager. I understand. Yes, I'm afraid I can only read a fortune, when no one else is around, when no one's listening in. This fortune is for you only, Burbage.
I'm not leaving him with you.
Stormbringer, I'll be fine. Why don't you ride
You're
back and
like
get some-
half her size. I'm not leaving you with her.
But I'm twice her size in spirit. I think you'll agree.
Miss,
No,
you don't
I-
even.
What?
You don't even. You just have to close your eyes and don't
No.
listen to us.
No.
That's all you would need.
No. I'll plug my ears. I'm not closing my eyes.
I'm afraid I can't do any of the fortune reading without it.
Well, that's a huge bummer. I guess we'll just go back to our friends and you can go find some other fortunes to read.
Stormbringer, come on. She's just an old lady. I trust her. Hey, old lady, what's your name anyway?
Oh, my
Yeah.
name. Oh, my name is. Ooh, eep. My name is.
Ooh,
Missy.
Weep.
Sorry. My name is Mira Missive, is what they call me.
Mirror missive.
Mira Missive, yes.
It kind of sounds
And
like
yes.
a mirror missive, like a letter.
Look,
sent
Stormbringer,
through a
I-
little glass.
I promise you, I will not hurt your friend.
I totally don't believe you.
I promise you this. I perhaps will tell him some truths that may be hard to hear.
Will they hurt him?
No, not unless he acts upon them in certain ways, I suppose.
I don't know what that means. I'm not leaving. How did you get
And
here?
Stormbringer, I will say the same to you. If you want to make it through these mountains, and if you want to avoid certain eyes, I can tell you how to do this.
I am very adept at mountains. I can figure it out myself, creepy old woman.
Well, I think you know in your heart of hearts that your kin are everywhere in these mountains.
Oh, not my kin. What do you think we are?
I think you are a Goliath of a very specific tribe in the Bavarian Mountains.
Yeah.
I think you are
How did
avoiding,
you get here?
and you are avoiding your family and your tribe.
I don't know what you're talking about, old
All
woman,
right.
but how did you get here?
Oh man, this is
told you.
awesome.
I
oh
walked.
man. Yeah,
Would you
no,
like
hey,
to know more?
tell her fortune. Tell her fortune, because I've
This
been
is fine.
waiting to hear this for so long.
Stormbringer, you may kneel in front of me.
I'm not kneeling in front of you.
Burbage, if you would step around the bush, close your eyes and ears. I can tell a
Burbage.
fortune in private.
Burbage.
Yes, Stormbringer.
We should not be alone with the creepy old woman.
Well, I trust her, so I'm going to go step around the raspberry
Seems
bush.
weird. Why do you trust her?
Couldn't explain why. It's just a feeling I have.
That doesn't make any sense. She somehow got here from, like, a different continent, basically.
Listen, Stormbringer. I'm gonna go up to her. Listen.
Okay.
Are you scared of a little old lady?
I'm not scared of her. I could snap her in half, but I don't think it's a
Exactly.
good idea for us to be alone with her.
If anybody could be alone with her and be safe, I think it's you. How about this? Hey, Mirror Missive.
Yes, darling.
I'm gonna play mediator for a second.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
we could come up with a little deal.
Uh-huh.
If Stormbringer lets you tell her fortune,
Yeah.
will you hand wrestle her? No, arm wrestle her.
I don't want to
I-
hand or arm wrestle her. She's very weak. Like,
But I'm a bit stronger than you think, darling. I might be able to take you.
well, that's suspicious, isn't it? Given that I'm like twice your size.
You've beaten things much larger than you.
That's different. I'm very strong.
Well, I think I've done my job, and I'm gonna walk
not
around,
Burbage.
walk away to the bush.
Burbage.
Okay.
Also, where are we? Because it's almost
'Cause I've
literally
been
been
going for a
10
while.
I'm
minutes
gonna-
of talking.
I'm gonna turn to Charity and I'm going to say, should they have been back by now?
They should have. You're going to see Charity sort of sigh.
Yeah, you're supposed to meet them in a few more minutes ride. If you wanted to speed up a little bit, you could. But you're still trying to kind of go quietly and secretly, not leaving a lot of trail behind. But now
I
is a
am
good
going-
decision to make. Would you like to go quicker and leave a trail?
I'm going to transform into a giant eagle and I'm going to fly ahead.
Okay. You transform into a giant eagle.
I'm gonna message Cantrip at the eagle. Tell me if they're in trouble. Burbage is there. They're probably in trouble.
Stormbringer, what would you like to do? Burbage has now walked around the tree, and the old woman is kind of getting up from her place and dusting off her the grass around her.
I'm going to follow Burbage.
Kind of around the bushes.
Yeah.
Why doesn't everyone hop off for a moment, except for Stormbringer?
Okay.
Okay.
Is everyone gone, except for Stormbringer? Oh, and the chat can hear, of course. Of course the chat can hear.
Hopefully.
Stormbringer. I need you to make a saving throw. But I'm not going to tell you exactly which one. I just need you to roll all of them. Because I also don't want anyone watching the feed to get a hint of what's going on.
Okay. Well.
Guess which one you need.
Wait. I think I have inspiration. Let me check.
Okay, go ahead. You can do that, yeah.
I do. I'm gonna use that. To reroll the one.
All right.
Well, that's better than a 1.
It is definitely better than a 1. Not quite good enough. Stormbringer, as you start to turn the corner, you've gotten off your horse now, to find Burbage, who's essentially curled up in a ball with his hands and ears over his eyes and I'm sorry, his hands over his eyes and his ears covered by kind of his cloak. You're just about to say something when you cannot move. You can't even speak at this moment.
Cool.
The old lady is wandering very slowly over to you. And she says, "Sometimes all I want to do is read fortunes. Sometimes I want to do bad things to people. I haven't exactly decided which to do to you yet. But perhaps I could just keep you, and that way I could decide later." And you see her remove your axe. She removes your shield. She removes a bit of your clothing, and then all of a sudden your body starts to move as well, and it takes off your pack, and it takes off all of your weapons, and have now placed everything on the ground. She pulls out what looks to be a tiny marble, and she says, "I wonder if things would have been different if you had saved me from this. Do you remember the bubble? I was stuck in the bubble, and no one had come along. Well, I figured out how it worked. It's actually quite simple." And she sort of puts it up in front of you, and it hovers in the air just a moment until it expands. And it expands, and it completely envelops you, Stormbringer. And at this point, it's weird. It's the bushes next to you shoot straight up into the air. The woman grows to a gigantic proportion. You all of a sudden, there are trees and a very dense forest all around you, and this monstrous, gigantic figure scoops you up very gently in a large hand. She covers you completely as if you were just now the size of a tiny marble. And just before she closes her hand completely around you, you get the sense that nothing else has changed, actually. It's you. You've gotten small. You've grown tiny. You see her place her hand up, and then you see her features grow taller again. This time, her skin turns a bit gray. Her hair grows into large, dreaded locks that fall around her shoulders. And she begins to put on your armor and your clothing as she slips you into her pocket. So now, Lena, I would like to have I have an acting challenge for you, Lena.
I am not a good actress, dude.
I need you to pretend to be this person.
Pretending to be me. Pretending to be Stormbringer, right?
Yes. Which means, it's simple. All you have to do is act like Stormbringer. This
But
creature...
not
this creature absolutely knows your mind. It knows what you're afraid of. It knows what you want and don't want. It shouldn't be hard. You will just act like you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Except you have one tiny goal. And that is eventually to try to get Charity alone with you, completely alone, with Vamaris and Burbage somewhere else completely. But of course you don't want to be obvious about it. It just, if it happens, it happens. That's great. And I'm going to whisper a name that you might accidentally call him someday in the future, however you want to play this.
Okay.
I'll whisper the name that you could accidentally call him. And then if he questions you, you would just immediately say, "Oh no, Charity, I meant Charity. Of course, I can't believe I said whatever. I don't even know what that means." Like, you would just
Okay.
deny. And there shouldn't be really anything about you that gives this away that you are not you. Pretty much everything you're going to act and be the same.
Okay.
Other than you might be a tiny bit more loose about why you don't want to go into the mountains, but that's up to you.
Okay.
Feel free to do whatever you want with that. And why don't you go ahead and give me a couple attacks in the roll with Stormbringer, just to cover up a story that you're going to have, which is you killed her. You killed the old lady. She pounced on you and you killed her. So just roll attacks a few times here. And then anything above a 14, just go ahead and roll damage too.
So she would just like... She would know everything?
Yeah, she would know several layers down. Not what's completely, not like to your unconscious, but she would know all of your conscious thoughts, even continuously while you are actually still in the bubble, in her pocket, in the marble.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'll maybe sneak a few things in if someone notices something, but for the most part,
Should I keep rolling until it actually hits again?
yeah, you would get one more hit in there. Yeah. Like that. That's good. Cool. That will say killed her. All
Okay.
right. Excellent. So if you want, you could wake Burbage up, and we'll bring everyone back. Burbage. Yeah. Hold on. Let me type in something, and we'll bring everyone. Go ahead. Actually, go ahead and type in our Discord for.
I should type and tell them they can come back?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm back.
Vamaris, you in your eagle form, you pretty much see Stormbringer and Burbage next to a large, giant raspberry bush. And it looks like Stormbringer's kind of leaning over Burbage, who's laying on the ground.
Okay.
And Stormbringer, if you wanted to, you can like tap Burbage or something. Or...
Burbage, wake up. I'm going to kind of shake him. I'm trying to be gentle, but you know how
Yeah.
I am, so violent.
I'm going to land on a branch of a tree nearby.
Burbage, yeah, definitely.
All right, I'm awake. Oh, what's going on?
You decided to go behind the bushes like a weirdo, so I killed that creepy old woman.
Yo.
Oh, yeah, wait, the old woman with the spoons.
Yeah, you were just like, oh, I think I'll be friends with her for some reason. And you went behind the bushes.
Oh, God, why am I always falling under some creepy people's spells like that? I even knew from the beginning, with perfect clarity, that she was a threat and that she intended us harm. I just knew it with a profound certainty, and yet the very next moment, bang! I'm charmed by her, and I'm just like, oh, who the fuck cares about whatever insight I felt earlier?
Yeah, I don't know, man, but
That is insane.
Well, if you learn to roll your own wisdom saving throws and whisper them to me.
Yeah, I looked it up. I looked it up.
Yeah.
And I should have done it earlier.
Yeah, it should have. You had advantage on that check.
Whatever. Well, sorry, Stormbringer.
it's okay. I killed her.
How did that go? What did you do? Did you strangle her?
What? No, I hit her with my battle axe. Have you ever seen me strangle someone?
No, but
Yes.
I thought that would be kind of cool. Wait, have I?
Galore.
Has he?
I don't think so.
Oh,
Not
that was
fatally,
strangling.
but Galore was not breathing for chunks of that.
Oh, that's true.
That's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
By
She's
Scotias.
had chokehold on people. Yeah.
Alright, so the old lady's dead. That's
Yeah.
probably a positive development.
It is. She was creepy.
Do I see a
did
body?
You do not. You like swoop down towards Stormbringer now.
Stormbringer, did she
Do
tell
I need
you
to swoop?
anything about...
I mean, you can
What?
do whatever you want. I guess you don't have.
I want to watch from afar.
Okay. Yeah.
What did she tell you? Did she tell you anything important about your past, your fortune?
No, she didn't tell me anything. She just tried to attack me, so I killed her. She's really useless. She didn't even tell me how she got here from Phidero.
Yeah, you were really harping on that. I mean,
'Cause
we
it's
got that
weird.
from Phidero.
Yeah, but we had like
She had
fucking
much-
horses and a wagon and boats, and she had
Yeah,
her
but-
feet and said she
Stop.
walked here.
Stormbringer, allow me to ask you, when's the last time you saw her?
Huh? Like over there on the ground.
I mean, before today.
Oh,
You don't even really need to answer the question. My point is, she probably had several weeks head start on us. She probably came here with some kind of caravan.
oh, I hadn't thought of that. Did I just kill someone for no reason?
Stormbringer.
I mean, she did attack me.
No. It's not to say that she wasn't a threat. She most certainly was. I can tell you that. I'm
Oh,
just saying,
okay.
getting here from Phidero, really not the most important part. Probably more important is just that she was a creepy old lady who
She was
could tell our
creepy.
fortunes.
Should I kill old ladies who can tell fortunes kind of just as standard now?
You know what, Stormbringer? Let's talk with the family about that later.
Okay.
I'm not saying no, but I'm not saying yes.
Okay.
Hey, do you see that eagle up there?
Yeah, do you think it's Vamaris?
I'm
Or
gonna
do you think
start
it's just
flying
me?
back
Probably
the other way.
food. Yeah, it's probably food at this point.
Oh, man.
He soared away.
We should, I guess,
so-
keep going back to meet up with them.
No, let's just
Yeah,
wait here. They'll catch up to us.
I guess.
You absolutely believe that's true. Yeah. Vamaris, then you land in your eagle form. Charity is.
I mean, before I land, hold on.
Yeah.
I want to fly upward and take a look around with my eagle vision.
Oh, sure. Please, yeah, give me a perception check.
What do your elf/eagle eyes see?
I was not prepared.
Are you a giant eagle?
I am a giant eagle. So I think I get advantage. And my roll will be
It's a +4
yeah, so 21.
and advantage. Awesome. Cool. Very good. You look around on the way back. You don't see anything here. Further on to the east, you do see some smoke, and maybe like a really small cottage, that's further on.
How far?
Yeah, it's 15, 20 miles still probably.
Okay.
You might be able to get there at like if you go pretty quickly, you might be able to get there by dusk. But that's really
Okay.
all you see. You really don't see anything else. And I mean, every once in a while you see like it's kind of weird, like squirrels or even just birds seem to be watching you a bit closer. Like
I didn't get
Like
the sense
they-
that the smoke is like it's just a campfire, not
right from like a chimney,
Settlement.
not it's on
okay.
fire or anything.
Okay.
Yeah. And you do see Charity below you, and he's basically coming out of the sort of wooded tree line towards Stormbringer and Burbage.
Mhm.
So they're gonna meet pretty.
And I'll land and
I was gonna say, do I see the eagle 1 and 2? How big is a giant eagle?
It's actually a good question.
Thanks, Andy.
It says it in the name.
I don't think giant eagles though are as good as giant owls.
It's large. It's a large beast. It's
Okay,
a
so
sizable horse.
so I am not going to be stretching out my arm for him to land.
No.
Just making sure. I mean, you can do that with a normal eagle.
Yes,
You might be able to
yeah,
ride me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, I
are
could.
one size larger than him. Yeah.
And I am not very heavy. So I'll see the eagle. The eagle doesn't, I assume, look like it's screaming, on fire, desperately beckoning me somewhere.
Nope.
Correct.
Okay, so I'll just sort of
and then it's a Vamaris.
like. So they're all right then.
It looked like it. They were bickering about killing some old woman, but there was no body.
You're gonna see Charity sort of go. One old woman,
Apparently.
and they both seemed okay.
Burbage, he seemed a little shaken, but that could just be, he hasn't had his...
We'll call this one a win then.
Yeah. There looks like there's a house ahead, too, so... I don't know about that.
That's not ideal. On the other hand, an old woman, where the hell could she have come from?
Vamaris is going to shrug and go back to Gary and climb up. Sit.
Yeah.
I'll just keep riding forward.
Gary starts to kind of bloom a few more flowers as you lay on him.
Aw. I love you too, Gary, and I'll pat him.
Yeah, and you get basically up to Stormbringer and Burbage, who are just waiting by a large raspberry bush.
As they approach, they'll see that Burbage is still lying on the ground, but he's like, his head is resting on Stormbringer's like lap, almost like he's like watching the clouds. And they've been talking, and Stormbringer has revealed her entire story to him. And they're like really close now. Okay, we can.
Stormbringer, is that true?
No.
I feel like it's not true.
But
It's definitely not true.
I
Okay.
do think that Burbage is like watching the clouds with his head on Stormbringer's lap.
Eating raspberries.
Yeah, I think that's nice.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to. So what's this I hear about murdering old women whose bodies then disappear? Also, seriously, has no one checked for a body?
Oh, what? Her body's gone? That's weird. I killed her, though. I killed her dead with my battle axe.
Charity, lie down. The ground is great.
I found raspberries. Do you want some raspberries?
Yeah, the raspberries taste good.
Uncomfortably close to where Burbage is laying down, a bonfire springs into existence.
Okay.
In my defense, Charity, they weren't quite acting like this when I left.
What is why? Ow!
Vamaris, like kind of greenish berries.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Vamaris, you see them eating kind of like greenish berries.
What are you eating? Get that out of your mouth!
Raspberries!
Stop!
Raspberries.
My mouth
examine
is
the berries.
my mouth is full of berries. Whoa! What? Was
I'm going to slap him on the back of the head.
Hey, those were good berries.
Yeah,
they're on
I
the
found
ground.
raspberries for us. Why are you doing that?
All
I
right.
bend down and put the raspberries back.
Oh, I
in
didn't
my
mean to
mouth.
roll that with advantage. Oh well. Should I
They
take-
are.
Or the 15.
They are. You think? I mean, we'll take the 1.
Okay.
Do you have it? Do you have inspiration?
Unless you have it. Unless you have inspiration.
I will use my inspiration. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And we will do this
Yeah. Go
properly.
ahead and roll 1 more.
All right. This time, 19.
Okay. There you go. Okay. Good. So with a 19, Vamaris, you absolutely have heard of these kind of berries. Though they're very rare, and really only some kind of really wilderness tribes of people have ever really talked about them to druids, and they call them the basic translation is a whoopsie berry. They are slightly hallucinogenic. They are a tiny bit aphrodisiac. They are quite dangerous if eaten large amounts.
I knew it. I knew it. These are whoopsie berries. You've been eating whoopsie berries.
I don't know what that is,
Are
Vamaris.
you mispronouncing raspberry?
Yeah.
the
What color is this to you?
the bonfire is going to edge closer
Raspberry?
to Burbage.
Burbage and Stormbringer, you now see them as like these greenish berries with kind of a green, like a pale green oozing liquid inside.
Whoa, what did you do to them, Vamaris? They're green now.
Are they grapes now? Did you turn the raspberries into grapes?
I wanted raspberries. I don't like grapes as much.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
they
well, I'm
tiny grapes.
Not
I'm
with a
going to look
green
defeated.
oozing liquid inside. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, what kind of grapes do you buy, Andy?
Okay, well. I buy whoopsie berry grapes.
Whoopsie
Which, by the way, I just want to say that making Jay say whoopsie berries over and over is one of the highlights of my life, I think.
I will say that when Vamaris like suddenly burst out with "These are whoopsie berries," Charity sort of went, "What?" And then as he kept saying it, just got more and more confused looking.
Yeah.
How much of an aphrodisiac effect
Oh no.
No.
had on me?
Slight, definitely enough to know some woman has really terrible, dangerous thoughts toward you, and yet to be somewhat kind to her. That probably helped. And if it's someone you already like quite a lot, it can stir a bit of a feeling. And how many did you eat, Burbage?
Let's keep track of this. I mean, I had a couple of them when I was picking them with Stormbringer,
Yeah.
and then I probably had like a couple of more while I was interacting with the old lady. And
Yeah.
then probably at least 3 or 4 more when I walked over to the bush to give Stormbringer and the old lady some privacy.
I'm going to examine a bush. How does the bush look like they've stripped it?
I mean, they definitely have gotten a lot of these. Yeah.
But I was saving some to
oh
bring
no.
back to you guys.
Vamaris, I've got to say, you're very sexy when you're in survivalist mode.
Oh, stop.
I'm just saying.
I can't believe you would eat this many whoopsie berries.
Charity's
They're raspberries.
Charity's like rubbing his temples. I don't suppose one of the effects of these is that they have an aphrodisiac quality, huh?
Among other things, they're also hallucinating.
Vamaris,
Burbage?
I'm not
Go ahead
hallucinating.
and give me a Constitution saving throw against poison here.
Is he
I have
stout?
advantage.
Yeah.
You do have advantage. Yep. Definitely.
I'm just saying, Vamaris, I appreciate you being all concerned about me. It's very cute.
I'm
I'm
gonna
going to...
message Cantrip Vamaris. Should we store him inside Gary for the duration?
Wow. that's
No, I have... I'll message
Um,
Cantrip back that it's... And I'm going to touch Burbage on the cheek and Lesser Restoration him.
Oh, okay.
And then I will brush Stormbringer on the cheek and Lesser Restoration her.
I'm not
Alright.
poisoned, but thank you.
Burbage, you like went white for a second there, and you see like Vamaris, but with like 8 hands outstretching toward you, caressing your cheek and rubbing your hair, putting his hand up and down your arm.
You don't know what he's into.
You almost start to close your eyes, and you feel yourself sort of fainting, and Vamaris catches you, and immediately all of those effects are gone. The lesser restoration spell immediately worked, and he does the same to Stormbringer, though her effects were much less.
Oh, wow. Vamaris. Getting a bit handsy, are we? Get it?
I'm
Can
going
you
to.
please
I
not
get
stick
it.
random berries in your mouth?
They weren't
You're
random.
dumb.
They were
They were quite
raspberries.
specific berries.
Did you actually see them as looking like raspberries? They didn't look like they do now?
No, they
Yeah.
look like raspberry.
I'm assuming
We
that's
saw
true, Andy.
I mean, do you want to like insight check them or?
Well, no. I meant that they. You had. That's right. No. I now remember. You had said they found a raspberry bush.
Yes, absolutely.
So like this was scanning.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the DM's fault, not ours.
Yeah, no. I'm just making sure that
Yeah, no, you guys are good.
there was misleading here in some greater context, not like you said, there's a berry bush, and they just assigned them raspberry. Since I've seen her eat a pineapple, and it's terrifying.
It was delicious.
Like an apple.
And fruit. We're gonna say, and then you say, well, rather, Vamaris told me you were talking about an old woman?
Yeah, the old woman from Phidero was here, but I killed her.
Again, I come back to there was no body.
That's really weird, because I definitely killed her. And
Where-
then I went to check on her.
Where did you
Where
kill
was
her?
she?
Over there, and I'll point to where I killed her.
Yeah. So like just like around the corner from the bush and stuff. And it looks like there was the grass has been matted down in this area, so it almost looks like there was a couple people.
But it does look like there were a couple of people.
Probably you could do a survival check to learn
Yeah.
more, but
Vamaris will lean down, definitely.
I'm going to the bonfire will disappear as I
Ooh.
cast guidance on myself, and just because I was going to, I will go ahead and roll it.
How
And-
does a 26 fare?
And I had an 11.
how did you rolled a 26 first? Oh no, a 26 for Vamaris. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, me.
Yeah, Charity, you just basically tell that the grass is kind of matted down, so there's definitely some people walking around here. Vamaris, you definitely can sense Stormbringer's footprints, and they definitely get kind of mixed up with each other. So you're pretty sure there was like a scuffle or a fight, or they were dancing, but that doesn't seem likely.
Like, I see 2 sets of prints here that...
Definitely sets of prints. One is Stormbringer's, and one is much lighter.
But not Burbage.
Oh, no, Burbage, around the periphery, but not basically where Stormbringer and these other footprints are.
I'm going to look at you. What do you think? I can't make much out of it.
Well, it does look like there was a scuffle.
And
There's
it-
3
'Cause I
sets of
killed
prints. But there's no blood.
What else do you remember about her?
She really likes spoons and might have been a spoon wearing human skin.
She didn't have any teeth.
What kind of...
She,
Vamaris is going to pinch his
she
brow.
had big ears. No, maybe? Yeah,
Did
like
she-
a wolf.
Did she say anything specific? Where did she come from?
She was just here when we were coming back. I don't know. I asked her a lot how she got here, and she wouldn't tell me, and then I killed her.
What's with
That
all
does
the
sca-
questions, guys? And while I ask that, I'm taking the berries from Stormbringer, and I'm trying to put them back on the bush.
I was about... Vamaris' hand was, like, ready to slap you.
I'm not going to eat them, I'm just putting them back.
That's not how berries work.
Let him have this. Let him have this.
Give him an inch, he takes a foot. usually some poor innocent person's foot at that. I'm gonna sort of look around. So what we're saying is something that looked like an old woman that was a fortune teller in Phidero appeared,
Yeah.
attacked you,
Yeah.
you killed it,
Yeah.
there's no body,
Yeah.
no blood,
Yeah.
and it was actually here, based on what
Yeah.
Vamaris has found. And none of you find that concerning.
Look,
I mean, I don't know
I
what
do.
giant spoons do.
I'm going to point at Vamaris. Thank you. Probably not actually a spoon.
look, Charity, she was just a creepy old lady who wanted to tell her fortunes.
And I
alright?
killed her.
If she was just a creepy old lady, her brutally massacred body would still be here.
Why are
Perhaps
you
we'll
yelling
find
at
the-
us, Charity? I saved us from a creepy old woman.
Does Stormbringer have like tears in her eyes?
Yeah.
Perhaps some effects of the berries are lingering after all.
Charity
A
just...
little heightened emotional state.
Charity's gonna reach out. I'm sorry, you did a good job saving yourself and Burbage from the creepy old woman. I'm just concerned that we have something else that's poorly disposed to us that apparently is in possession of magical abilities and or supernatural insight.
No,
Oh.
we don't, because I killed her.
Or she
You
may not be
hallucinated
dead.
that.
Huh?
You hallucinated killing her. You
I
didn't
don't
actually
think-
kill her.
No, I didn't hallucinate.
And she may not even be a her.
Well, I didn't examine her body, so that's true. But,
Why?
what? Because I was checking on Burbage.
Fair.
Okay, fair.
I thought Vamaris was asking why she didn't examine her body for
For gender.
to find out
yeah.
whether she was a woman. Yeah.
At this, you're going to see Charity, like, again, like, just very fiercely rubbing his temples. Like, my primary concern is not what she identified as. My primary concern is how she got here,
I know, I
behind
kept
you
asking her
all.
that.
Good. That was a reasonable question to ask.
She wouldn't answer me.
What she did to you all, and whether she's actually dead, because we've seen things, Stormbringer. I know. You attacked, and you did a good job, I'm sure. I've seen you cut many things clean in half with that axe.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, because there's no body here, dead, blood everywhere, mangled spoon and all, there's no way of knowing that she is actually dead.
Well, I'm not sure spoons bleed.
But there would be a mangled spoon.
Yeah.
Charity, here's a theory, alright? She got here on a caravan. And I grin at everybody. Right?
I'm gonna
It's simple.
facepalm.
Vamaris,
Who are you
I don't think
face-palming,
you've
me or you?
mentioned to anyone else the cottage that's a little further
No.
on.
He's mentioned it to me.
Did he mention it to you? Okay.
Yeah. He told me that there was a house further up.
Yeah. Continue, please.
Anyway, I killed her, so there's nothing to worry about, and we should keep going. And maybe not on the beaten path. Maybe we should go off the beaten path and not use any paths or passes.
So we don't want to head to the cabin that's ahead of us?
There's a cabin.
There's a cabin?
Mm-hmm. And it seems
Man,
to be
we were
occupied.
bad scouts.
I mean, it's a good ways away. I understand why you guys didn't see it. You would have had to climb the trees and actually look.
Oh, I should start climbing trees, is what you're saying?
I mean, can you?
Yeah, I know how to climb trees.
Point of order.
Yeah.
Should Stormbringer kill all creepy old ladies
Right.
seeking to tell her fortunes from now on?
Because that's what I learned from this experience.
Let's put it to a vote. All in favor of instructing Stormbringer to kill all creepy old ladies seeking to tell our fortunes from now on, raise your hand.
Stormbringer raises her hand.
Vamaris kind of
Raises his hand.
shamefully raises his hand while staring at Charity.
We need a consensus. We discussed this at the last meeting. All decisions.
I might have liked him better when he was on the berries.
I told him to make alcohol out of them.
Oh,
Do you
good!
think he
That
should
would have
still
been...
do that?
No. 100% no.
All right, we'll table the old lady motion for now.
It's okay. I'll kill the next one we see.
All right, well...
If she proves to be hostile.
You're just going to confuse her, Charity. See?
I'll just kill her.
If she attacks us, then you kill her.
But by the time we're being attacked, usually someone's then getting hurt. So if I just kill people preemptively, it will save us time and blood.
But to be fair, the first person hurt is usually Burbage. And
But
there's
I
a
don't
50
want Burbage hurt.
There's a 50% chance of that happening with him just walking around.
You know what? I just realized why I get so stressed out around the three of you. It's because I'm not used to having extended conversational exchanges with people, all right? I was alone for a long time.
Burbage, you should see this. And I'm going to take the bounty that Charity showed me earlier, and I'm going to hand it to him.
Oh.
What is this?
What is that?
That's the kidney punch right there.
So much reading. You guys make me reading so much lately.
Just read it, it's real good.
Bounty,
Charity's like, damn.
mussy hair, light,
I'm going to climb back onto Gary.
halfling. Put out by... Huh. Oh, when was this dated? Oh, dated, 20 years ago. Huh. That's very interesting. Huh. Yeah.
Oh my god!
For listeners only, the old lady icon, just like 20 times larger, just appeared on our screen. Yeah. It was scary.
It was good. My bad.
Why are you giving this to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I
Oh,
feel
no
like
reason.
whoever this bounty is on, I mean, fellow halfling, sounds like he's in over his head. You know what I mean? Huh.
That's literally describing your appearance, you realize?
I mean, I think halflings all look a lot alike, don't they?
I mean, I guess you could describe my hair as mussy.
It is.
Is
Yeah.
that like another word for like bedhead? Because I like to do the bedhead
Yeah.
look.
Yeah.
You just don't brush your hair.
All right. Yeah. And the name does sound familiar. I guess it could be the same Theodric Dale as the one I was in love with in my youth.
Whose
Yeah,
father
you did
you
tell
killed.
us about that.
Did I tell you about that? Ah,
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, I've gotten so open with the three of you. I must really trust you, despite my
Aw.
typical nature. Well,
I
thanks,
gave-
Vamaris.
I gave that to you because there are no secrets.
Huh.
Right, yeah, no secrets. Thank you
No
for,
secret.
for sharing this with me.
And I'm just going to
appreciate it.
pointedly stare at the two of them.
I'm gonna look at Stormbringer and just smile like a big smile at her. No secrets, Stormbringer. How about that?
Yeah, no secrets. And she'll grin back.
Yeah. And I'll look at Vamaris and then look at Charity, and my smile's gonna just get bigger and bigger.
Yeah, I'm stoic.
And I'm folding the bounty, and I'm gonna put it in my pocket.
Anyway, we should keep going.
Straight, or are we going off the beaten path?
No, I want to avoid people. People are bad.
Let's go check out that cottage that seems to be occupied.
No, I just said I want to avoid people, Burbage.
Stormbringer,
What?
I like you a lot, and I
I
care
like
about
you too. Yeah,
You're a good friend.
thank you.
Dare I say, a good sister. You're
Yeah,
like a
that's
sister to
really
me.
sweet.
I care about you a lot.
Okay.
Now, tell us everything.
Tell you everything about what?
About why you want to avoid people on the upcoming so-called Myriad Pass.
I mean, people are dangerous, right?
Not when you're a Goliath.
Well, but you guys aren't Goliaths.
Honestly, going on percentages, I think we're more dangerous to people than people are to us.
I did just kill an old woman.
And asked for blanket permission to kill all future old women we meet.
We
So that they
tabled
can't
that.
hurt
We
us.
did. Thank you, Burbage, for remembering that we have tabled that. We will return to that discussion at another time. You're both not tripping on
Look,
berries.
we're just kind of maybe a little close to my, like, territory. Not my territory anymore, because they don't like me anymore. My old territory. And maybe they wouldn't be very happy to see me, and maybe a lot of people might have heard about that, so maybe we should avoid people.
First off, I want to congratulate you. That was good, Stormbringer. I can tell it
Maybe.
was hard.
That was the most she's probably ever.
Yeah, that was a lot.
So,
Vague still, but
your clan, your former clan, from what
Yeah.
you've said, is unhappy with you, and you think that
Well, maybe.
there would be a threat of harm to you/us if they were to
Maybe.
find you. Maybe. All of this is in maybe, so we can stop saying the word maybe again and again and again and again.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I swear to God, Vamaris, I will scream into your soul with every language in existence.
Jesus.
I'm sure it'll sound pretty.
It does, actually.
Does it?
It can also cause you to bleed from the eyes. But anyway,
Guys, I'm feeling anxious and weird. I don't like this. Let's walk.
We should make you some
Let's walk
alcohol.
talk.
We should move.
Okay,
What
but
time is
not
this? What did
towards that
Stormbringer-
cottage.
Stormbringer, what did you say?
I said we should make you some alcohol.
Okay, all right. What is this?
Huh?
I'm gonna start backing away from the three of you. What is happening? Why is everybody trying to get me drunk?
Isn't
I've
that
s-
what I usually...
I've said absolutely nothing about getting you drunk at any point. I usually advocate against it.
Charity, don't lie to me. Back in the tavern in Wistemere, I saw you motion to the bartender to give me some ale. All right? And then Stormbringer here
Oh,
is talking on and on about trying to make sure that I drink alcohol.
no. I was motioning to her to say that you were drunk because you were rambling.
Oh.
She was getting a little concerned. I was getting worried about us not being given, like, rooms there at that point.
Burbage, bro, are you okay? You seem really paranoid.
I'm not paranoid. I just don't trust anybody.
That's the definition of paranoid. Even I know that.
But he has a point. Should we trust anybody?
Jesus
We
Christ!
should trust each other. We're a family.
Stormbringer's
Okay,
shame
okay,
should
okay.
do
I mean,
psychic
other than-
damage.
Other than each other. Because
No, we shouldn't trust anyone else. Which is why we shouldn't go to the cottage. Or talk to anyone else in these mountains.
So, again, dialing this back a little bit as we walk and talk.
Okay, but not towards the cottage, right?
They're not fond of you. They might attack you. Again, all of this has maybes.
Yeah, maybe.
And lots of people know about that?
Well, maybe. That one's a real maybe. I don't know.
Why
Wait, what do you mean
are
by real
they-
maybe?
Vamaris,
Huh?
she's dissembling.
They were all real maybes.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
But that was especially real maybe.
That was a special maybe.
Huh?
That was a special maybe.
This
I'm
is
confused.
But that one was especially maybe, was what you just said.
What?
So,
Yes.
yes. So I understand that. Why is your old clan unhappy with you?
Because they're very judgmental. And maybe I did something that they think is bad.
Could we establish how severe a bad thing did you maybe do that they maybe think is bad?
You know how Burbage kills people sometimes?
We
and
all
then
kill
gets
people
kicked out
quite a
of
lot.
town?
Oh, yes. I'm familiar with that
It's
one.
like that, kind of. I just was trying to help out my mom because I love her a lot. And then they got mad at me because they're jerks. But death's not really a real thing, so I don't know why they got mad at me.
If we were to ponder who you might have maybe killed, possibly at some point, maybe in some possible time, who would that maybe be?
Oh, just this guy that was trying to take over the tribe from my mom, and also this other guy, but I don't think they know about that one. And you shouldn't either.
Stormbringer, you actually kind of wince a little bit, almost like in pain. Just a second there.
But one other maybe question about these maybes. If you were to maybe possibly have killed someone who was taking over the tribe, wouldn't that have been a good thing? Maybe?
No. That's not how Goliath society works, Lucien. I don't know why you're so confused about that.
Why did you just call me Lucien?
What?
Whoa.
I didn't.
No.
Lucien.
Why did you just call me Lucien? You definitely just did.
Stormbringer, who's Lucien? I mean, Charity, who's Lucien?
Did you just call him Stormbringer? You're Stormbringer.
I know I'm Stormbringer. Who's Lucien?
16 on insight. How is she behaving?
Odd. She seems to be reverting back to this really, really private, doesn't want to talk about anything absolutely at all, kind of mindset.
Why did you call me Lucien?
I don't know who. I don't think I did that.
Alright.
Your name's Charity, and I know that.
Yeah, okay. Why don't we all just take a little break? Stormbringer, you've opened up a lot in this
Yeah.
conversation. We appreciate it a lot. We don't want to push you any further than you're comfortable going.
Yeah, I actually at this I'm gonna say, here, and I'm gonna actually like walk up and I'm gonna hug Stormbringer. I'm like, thank you. I appreciate you talking about things that could have happened.
Yeah, that was really hard for me.
I
Yeah,
could tell you were like wincing.
yeah,
Pain.
yeah.
I'm gonna. I want to like quickly sort of check Stormbringer to see like, do I see any obvious sources of why something might be wrong? Like any wounds,
Like any wounds or anything?
Well, but also, and this was kind of insight was the way I read that one was the insight was sort of how she was acting, but also with probably more like a medicine check. Also, like, do her eyes seem to be focusing? Like, does she seem sort of charmed, hexed, wounded, anything like that?
Do you want to do this like stealthily or just like kind of blatantly, like kind of look in her eyes, each one, and
I'm gonna say that I'm actually gonna ask her like, can I just check to make sure that you're all right from the effects of the berry and the creepy, possibly spoon old woman?
Yeah, but can we go off in privacy for it? Because I've got an itchy bit that I want to show you, but it's kind of in a hidden spot.
Oh, guys, we need to go.
Charity is like,
She has an itchy bit.
Yes, probably because you guys ate whoopsie berries.
No, I was itching before that.
Charity looks like he's like that. Do you seem like you're being genuine? I mean, without even an insight roll, like you actually seem like you're saying that. Like, Yeah, we should probably check that quickly. And also,
Okay.
always mention these types of things.
Oh, it's been since that town. Since the town.
Wistamere?
Yeah.
The one with the druid?
No, the other town.
Oh, Malmond. Fuck that place.
Yeah. I've been itchy since then.
Okay, that definitely seems like a thing we should have mentioned.
Why wouldn't you mention that?
Because we were busy.
Now.
We could help.
But we were busy. We can
Okay.
keep going for now.
Let's-
It's okay.
Let me check this, please.
Okay, but not right here.
Why?
Because it's in a sensitive place. We have to go off on our own. Never mind. Let's just keep going.
No, this is fine. Vamaris, why don't you come over behind this bush and talk to me about berries?
This is also weird. I don't know what's going on.
Charity is like, I'm going to message Cantrip at Vamaris. If I scream, come help me immediately.
All you hear is an
Okay, terminating that connection. It's just like static in my brain. I'm like, okay, so medical exam time.
Okay, it's just. I mean, I guess it's not really a very sensitive place. It's just here where I got bit by the creepy thing and down there. But it itches a lot.
Should I make a medicine check, Andy?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, she'll sort of loosen her collar a bit more and kind of on the almost her back and her shoulder with a 17.
Yeah, sorry. So I was waiting
Yeah,
for you
you're
to
good.
finish describing before I said,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
17 for medicine.
Yep, with a 17 for medicine. It's a nasty kind of bite that doesn't seem to have healed completely. You see kind of a few kind of black veiny marks drifting off of it on her skin. You're not exactly sure what this is.
Can I check to see if this feels magical to me in any way?
Sure, yeah.
21.
You get the sense it's some sort of kind of physical magical effect. Definitely not a spell of any kind. But
So it's
there
a physical like presence, but it has magical
Yes.
attributes.
Yes, that's exactly it. Yes.
Okay. Do I feel like it is probably harmful?
A bit, though. She just kind of says it itches. It doesn't actually hurt.
Oh, sort of like.
And from what you can tell, you're kind of pressing on it.
Yeah.
And she doesn't seem to be wincing. So
Does it feel?
Charity, I think it's infected. Can you suck the infection out?
That's not actually a good idea.
I think that's how medicine works, right?
It's
no, in your medical opinion, Charity, that would not work. That would not be good.
Can I use my sort of herbalism kit and the herbs that I have to sort of at least put a general healing poultice on it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want me to roll for that or?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a medicine check. Yeah, just to see how good it is.
It'll be 13 plus 2 for 15.
Yeah, really good. Yeah, you feel that this should take care of any infection or anything like that would be spreading.
I'm gonna say to her, I'm like, I put some medicine on it, but I should check it again. Maybe when we camp tonight.
Okay, but isn't putting medicine on it just going to keep the infection in? Shouldn't you suck it out and then put medicine on?
Which one of us here is the doctor?
Well, you are, but I've had a lot more wounds, probably, maybe. Never mind, you have a lot of scars.
I was gonna say, like, Charity sort of opens, like, his shirt, which just one shoulder is swathed in scars.
Okay, you can check it tonight. I'll trust you, but it itches.
Okay. And then I just want to here. Let me just also check to see if there's any other effects. And here I do want to be checking, like I said, eyes focus. Do I feel like she's under any effects? So this might be a medicine and an arcana check.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And the D4, 10 for medicine. Like, do I feel like she has? Yeah. Particularly here, I'm thinking, and I guess in modern medical terms, like, does she seem sort of concussed or wounded?
Right. Doesn't seem to have many ill effects from the berries. That seems to be like she might have like kind of an upset stomach, but it's only like a light physical effect. There's no sort of poison effect going on. Mm-hmm. And yeah, she seems pretty genuinely healthy.
Otherwise, and then arcana check for, do I think that this creepy old spoon woman it might have like has any enduring effects on her, etc. Because internally, I don't think that person is dead.
Oh yeah, sure.
That's a 23 plus 3 for a 26.
Good. And you're looking for like kind of like a possession, or
lingering magical effects.
Or like if Stormbringer's like under a spell or something, or like a charm or a...
Well, basically because she fought something which she at least thinks she fought something, and Vamaris has given me evidence that she probably did. It almost has to be magical. Even if she killed it, it was magical. So I want to know if there's any possession, any charm effects, anything like that that's just affecting her. And I was trying to think if there was something else. And also, like... she seemed like she was being really truthful and like sharing a lot. Yeah. And then she called me Lucien, and things seemed to change sharply, so I'm trying to see if there's anything with that.
Sure. Yeah, so with a 26 arcana, you get the sense that she's... Stormbringer feels a little confused to you, and that there might be a little bit of a lingering mental effect, but you absolutely don't feel it's like a charm. This feels like Stormbringer. You don't feel like this certainly isn't like a possession or anything like that. So you're wondering if there's some sort of... Yeah, I mean, you could really only guess at this point at what this lingering effect might be, but perhaps like a memory shift at all, or something like that, perhaps. Something feels a tiny bit off magically, but nothing actually very serious at this point.
Okay, but like, I think it seems to be, you said, it seems to be Stormbringer, not possessed Stormbringer, charmed Stormbringer.
Right, yeah, no, like she doesn't seem to be under anyone's control or anything like that. And she's been mentioning stuff that's been like Malmond, like getting bit, and all this stuff that it's been going on for a while. So that's I mean, that's kind of your best guess. Yeah, there's probably something that happened, and you're not exactly sure what. And she does seem fuzzy on the details about like she killed it but didn't know where the body went, and yeah.
Okay. So I'm just gonna be like, all right.
So I'm gonna stop being itchy now?
I hope so. I'm not sure. That's why I need to check again tonight. I feel like there might be some magic involved in whatever this is. So...
In my itchy back?
Yes.
Oh. That's concerning. What was that thing that bit me? Because it's from that.
Could I like roll a nature check based on my memory of it?
Yeah, nature check. Thinking back on it now,
because it did also attack me, so I have some sense of that. 18.
I think did it bite you? I think it did too.
It missed me on the bite. It scratched me.
Oh, okay.
Well,
actually, I think it bit someone else, but they were okay.
Actually, it might have been. It might have been. It missed me with a scratch and it bit me. I don't remember.
I think 2 people had that, like, the stat went down, their total hit points.
Oh, that was
It was
me.
Burbage and
No,
me?
that was me.
Oh, was it you?
Burbage and
okay.
you?
That was
Okay.
me, because I had to rest.
Yeah. So you had a similar attack, though you've not experienced anything like this. Like, your wounds healed right away. And with a nature check, certainly there was something vampiric about that creature.
Neat. That's fun. That's fun.
I
Everything's
get to be a vampire.
coming up, Stormbringer.
Yeah.
Everything's coming up, Stormbringer. Cherry's just gonna be like, okay, that's
So you don't know what that was, or
And now looking back on your medicine check, she does seem to be squinting during the daylight a little bit more than usual. Her pupils are a little bit more dilated, but you kind of chalk that up to berries at first, and now you're slightly more concerned there's other aspects going on.
has the sun been bothering you more recently?
yeah, but that's just because it's so bright out.
Oh.
Why? Why are you making that noise, Charity? Charity?
Vamaris and Burbage, what are you guys doing? while this is going on?
So, Burbage, because I've been feeding you good berries, there was really no reason for you two to be eating whoopsie berries.
I know, but, we were scouting.
So why would you eat random shit in the woods?
It just felt appropriate as scouts, and we're going out on a hike, and it just felt like a nice thing to do with friends,
Imbecile!
You can call me pet names all you want, Vamaris. The fact is, you saved me, and I appreciate it. Now, Vamaris, how's that processing going?
About what specifically?
About you killing the man who killed your mother and the man who you're apparently a young clone of.
I don't know about all that clone nonsense. But I'm glad the man's dead.
Glad's good. It's nice to feel glad after you kill somebody.
Did
There
you
are
feel
worse
glad
ways to feel? What?
when you killed the mayor?
Oh, shit.
Why are you trying to change the subject?
Because I feel awkward.
Oh God!
Oh. Sorry.
Do you feel awkward now?
I suppose I sort of do, yeah.
You want a good berry?
Sure.
Here, have a good
Great.
berry.
Thank you. Do you want one?
I am already eating one.
Oh, you have one of your own? I don't have any to give you anyway. So that's good. Look at that, some good berries.
Back to the other two.
Oh no, we've got a solid couple more minutes to do here while they're over there.
No,
Just now doing his first medicine check. No, all right. I won't make you talk about yourself anymore. It seems like you're feeling fine about your whole situation. I guess I would say that I had, very mixed feelings at best about what happened between me and Theodric's father. And, speaking of Theodric, I am feeling some strange feelings about this bounty that you just gave me. I wonder, Vamaris, dear friend, if you could give me your opinion about what this might mean, because apparently 20 years ago this bounty was out on my head for 3,000 gold pieces, and it was a bounty that bounty hunters might have been coming after me, and I was escaping each and every one of them, thinking that they were coming after me for particular reasons. But if this bounty was put out by Theodric, maybe, just maybe, He was just trying to find me.
The good berry has fallen out of my mouth because my mouth is just hanging open.
And I'll tell you, Vamaris, Phaedric was not just a ship in the night. He was my one true love. You could not imagine the intense passion between Phaedric and me. We made love with the heat of 1,000 suns. I have never had as good sex with anybody else as I had with Phaedric Dale.
You're making it real hard to concentrate on the medical exam over here.
I could have been having so much more of that sex with him this whole time, maybe, if I, had not been so good at escaping those bounty hunters. What do you think, Vamaris? Do you like sex?
Real hard to concentrate!
I've never had sex.
What? You've never had sex?
I've never had sex.
Oy. That explains a lot.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
Oh, I'm just saying,
You can't freak out and then make me feel all uncomfortable. Wait, I'm so uncomfortable right now!
There's no reason to feel uncomfortable, Vamaris. It's just now everything sort of falls into place. You're kind of an awkward, brooding figure who has trouble opening up to people. Granted, we've had some trouble opening up, but you've got the whole sort of dark cloak and cape thing with the weird mask, which is a cool mask. Still, I love it. But yeah, you've never had sex. Yeah, it just sort of explains your kind of caginess, and it also explains why you might feel kind of awkward around me, your bro, your good friend.
So wait. You've at least had a bounty of at least 3,000 gold for 20 years, and you had no idea.
Nope, not. I mean, I didn't know who had put it out. I had a sense that there were some pretty hefty, some bounties. I don't think I knew that I had one this big. I guess.
Yeah, you've gotten into a lot of scrapes over the years. You just kind of assumed it was random people putting out bounties on you. You didn't necessarily look into it much. You didn't know it was this much, nor you guessed maybe in like deep down somewhere that it might have been Phaedric, but you kind of really hoped it wasn't. Also, and so you never really checked.
Does the bounty specify like dead or alive or anything like that?
It does not. No.
Like, is it for the capture or the corpse or anything?
Right now the capture. Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say because if it doesn't specify any of that, that's a very poorly worded bounty.
Right. That would be
All right, look, Vamaris, I'm sorry for making things awkward. Now that I know that you've never had sex, I will...
You don't have to keep saying it.
Apologize to me.
Sorry. I'm just saying, you might have sensed recently maybe some kind of strange little flourishes of affection for me in your direction lately.
Vamaris is shaking his head.
People have been talking about it, dropping hints. I'm not an idiot. And I just want to say that, first and foremost, I consider you a dear friend. And despite any sort of attraction that I might have toward you, I'm not going to be weird about it anymore, all right? Fact is, I haven't gotten laid in quite a while, and the time I've spent with the three of you have gotten...
Oh, I know what this is.
What?
And I'm going to nod, and I'm just going to... It's the whoopsie berry. I know what this is, and I'm going to slowly walk away.
Oh. Guess maybe it was a whoopsie berry all along.
And at this,
Aw.
Charity and Stormbringer wander back to the rest of you. The camels, the horses, everything is loaded up. You're ready to go, and it's just over midday. Stormbringer is quite shielding her eyes as the sun is beating down fairly harshly now that there are no clouds in the sky.
So I think he said I'm gonna stop being so itchy, you guys, but don't let him forget he needs to check me again tonight. Also, he just kept making this high-pitched noise after I asked him what it was that bit me. I don't know what that means.
What noise? What did he make? Do it.
That noise.
Oh, he's still making it.
Yeah, I don't know what's
Why?
wrong. But we should get going, I guess.
Stormbringer, I know this sound. This is the sound Charity makes whenever he overhears me talking about sex. That's all.
No!
Okay.
No!
Does he do that too when he hears you talking about sex?
He's flat out wailing.
I guess not. This might be something else. I'm not sure.
Yep.
Huh.
All right.
Well-
Well, so we're not taking the Myriad Pass. We're not going to the cottage.
Yeah.
I say we start striking southeast for that waterfall, Stormbringer, because I think you deserve all the memories you can get. Because
Yay.
as complicated and troubling and painful as they might be, ultimately, they give our life form and flavor.
What are you talking
Yeah,
about, Burbage?
okay.
Talking about berries! Talking about whoopsie berries, Vamaris!
What?
What?
Oh, Burbage is emotional. He must be under the influence of alcohol, or berries, or whoopsie berries, or something. That's all it is. Let's go!
Burbage?
Are the
Burbage is
ghosts?
gonna-
Okay.
Or it could
Get
be
on
the
it.
ghosts talking to you. That happens too.
Burbage doesn't hear that. He's on a horse and he's riding southeast.
I'm not sure how good he is at finding his way in the wilderness, you guys. We should probably follow him.
I'm lost. Where am I?
You're 25 feet away from us. Just turn around.
Oh God! All right. I just was having some trouble getting the horse to turn around. That's all. Hey guys.
Extreme tunnel vision.
Yeah, you don't have a horse. You have a camel, my friend.
I don't even know the difference between horses and camels.
Wow.
All right. You'll strike out into the You'll cross the stream, which isn't deep. Kind of strike out further than toward the falls, staying away from the pass. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the goal right now. All right.
I just also, literally, I said this in chat, but for the benefit of anyone who's just listening to this, how did this episode literally become General Hospital D&D?
Right.
I'm over here doing medical exams, and Burbage is talking about sex
In the other room.
very loudly.
I think Grey's Anatomy would be a more modern reference to go away. Is General Hospital still
You
on?
wish it was Grey's Anatomy. It's Scrubs, my friend.
No. We're not nearly as tragic or funny.
Oh,
It's true.
it's true.
Both
It's very good
tragic.
show.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's a very good joke. Oh, Zach Braff at the top of his game. Love it. Anyway,
Wasn't his only
Which-
show?
welcome to the Scrubs Appreciation Podcast. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you love Donald Faison? Oh, gotta be a 10 for me.
I like Dr. Cox. He's my favorite character.
Oh, Johnny C. McGinley. Yeah. Whew. Good times. Good times.
No, that's not Dr. Oh, okay, Dr. Kelso. I mean, sorry, that's my bad.
What the fuck? You trying to school me?
The old guy.
School
He's,
me on the
he's
Scrub?
my favorite character. Okay, my bad. My bad.
All right. Yeah,
It's
John
not
C.
charity.
McGinley's a big fan of our podcast. So
Oh,
It's not Charity making that high-pitched squealing noise. It's Galway.
as he rides, Burbage is just gonna suddenly say, "Oh, Vamaris, do you think we should go back and burn down that cottage?"
What?
because you burn basically everywhere you go. Yeah.
I mean, it seems out of the way now.
Yeah, I guess.
But what if it has old women in it?
Again, we're not insta-killing the old women.
I don't think that's what the vote said, Charity.
Stormbringer, to remind you, we did agree that we needed consensus votes on any decisions involving blanket killings.
Yes.
I don't know what like
Didn't
half
get
of those words mean, so
But you know the definition of paranoia.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that was my favorite response. Yes. just yes. I do. Well done.
All right. Several hours go by. You don't see any other living soul. The smoke from the cottage is a distant wisp in the night. And it's about time to bed down for the night. Yeah, how would you like to set up watch?
I'll go first.
Before we're like when we're sort of in the eating a meal, etc.
Yeah.
I do want to investigate, or not investigate, inspect Stormbringer's wound again.
Sure.
Okay, but can we do it away from everyone else? I don't want them staring at my wound.
It's your shoulder, but yeah, that's fine. We'll walk some small distance away.
Yeah. Burbage and Vamaris here kind of finish setting up camp as Charity and Stormbringer go to look at the bandage.
I'm not sleeping anywhere near that guy.
Aww.
Gotcha. You set up your tent very purposefully in one side, and Vamaris sets it up next to you, and you move your tent all the way to the other side of the fire.
Yeah, and I kind of like sigh, like I keep doing these like little annoyed sighs.
Okay, I know exactly.
Yeah, I know.
Sadly, Andy knows exactly what you mean.
It's terrible.
Oh, it's so funny. We've all been there, man. We've all been there. So Charity and Stormbringer, how like far are you guys?
Not very, just enough.
Like Stormbringer would want to go far enough that like either far enough that they can't see it, or she's kind of like ashamed of it. Behind something.
Yeah, I'd want to move to. It's not. Preferably, I would look for just some visual cover, but still relatively close.
Yeah, no problem. There's definitely kind of a large few trees that you can kind of go behind, that block all view of the camp. So it gives you plenty of privacy. It's about maybe 100 feet away.
I'll also message back to Vamaris as we're walking away. Same rules as last time. If you hear me scream, come help me.
Why does that have to be like sad? Like, if any of us hear someone screaming in our party, shouldn't we automatically
Because
go
it's
help?
Vamaris.
That's true.
Because it's Vamaris, and I don't just want Burbage to come help.
It could be sex. I don't know.
Vamaris has a lot of things to think about right now.
All right.
All right. To go behind the tree.
Yeah. Medicine check, I assume?
Yeah, go ahead and medicine check.
Starting with an 18, adding that D4, because guidance.
Nice.
22.
22. You kind of peel it back, very gingerly. I mean, it looks exactly the same.
Is it
definitely
better?
hasn't gotten better, but it hasn't gotten worse.
It's not... Well, how does it feel right now?
Does it still feel itchy?
Yeah, I mean, probably a little itchy.
It
It doesn't.
still
Yeah, it
itchy.
feels about the same as you kind of said before.
It feels the same. It's itchy.
Yeah, it's not better. It's not worse.
But you're okay, so I know you said you're a doctor and I should listen to you, but maybe now you could try sucking the infection out.
It's not an infection, per se.
Now why does it itch?
Do you think that all itching is caused by infection?
It usually is. When I'm itchy, it's because I got an infected wound. And then we fix.
How do you fix... I'm going to regret this question.
Cause you just suck the infection out, Charity.
Oh god.
And then you put poultice on it.
You had to say that, didn't you? Oh god.
Charity's just like, no.
I mean, we never tried it with just the poultice, but I think it's the sucking that does most of it.
That's going on out of context D&D quotes. um, woo. Both Galway and Charity are kind of in a,
Do you need time to recover? We can go back to. We can cut to Vamaris.
No, that's just a whole different awkward mess.
Yeah. Okay.
It's Charity's trying to think of actually how to explain what this is, because it's not an infection. I mean, even leaving aside the whole he thinks it's a vampiric being, etc. He knows that wasn't an infection.
Not in the traditional sense.
Yeah.
No.
So he's like, it's not infected. It's more that its bite left something behind, and it has some magical abilities. I think that I need to think more about how I might be able to cure this.
Okay.
Um,
So I'm gonna be itchy for a while?
Probably, yes.
Oh. But that's it, right?
There may be other side effects. Not entirely sure. Still processing.
I don't know if that means, really.
Yep.
No secrets.
Vamaris just like says that out loud, Burbage, around the campfire.
I frown and furrow my brow at him.
As you should.
I suppose I could also do this, and given what Charity knows of vampiric entities, and given what I've seen of this wound, particularly, and sort of the remnants of whatever's in there, which I don't want to call an infection because she keeps telling me to like suck out the infection. So I just need to pick a different word than that, because even Galway's like, nah, we need to cut that idea right off at the root.
Yeah.
Are there any sort of more normal / mundane cures that I think might be effective? For example, like bleeding it, or et cetera, et cetera.
If what you're worried about is an actual vampiric curse, then no. It's something that's already latched on to, and Stormbringer will either work it out naturally or not. There's not necessarily anything physically you can do to help that process.
Do I feel like there's any spells that would be useful? Then I guess is the core. If I've come to that conclusion, because I'm kind of doing this as like, okay, path logic.
Yeah,
no, I can't do anything.
Or give me a religion check.
Uh, 15.
Maybe a greater restoration, or maybe a remove curse. Possibly.
Okay.
If that's the case, yeah.
I'm gonna sort of stop. So I don't think there's anything, if this is related to if this is a vampiric sort of curse effect, I don't think there's anything I can do physically.
No.
And she doesn't seem to have any other side effects. She has like the itching and the light sensitivity, but like she didn't report feeling under the weather. She didn't seem
Right.
metagame like she was missing max HP or anything.
Nope. Yep.
And this didn't feel the same as whatever magical effect that I kind of felt muddling her.
I mean, it's hard to tell, but I think, or 23, probably not.
I think it was like a 20.
Probably not the same effect.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna sort of stop and be like, okay, so do you want to know the reason why I kept making that noise?
Yeah, that was weird.
I'm pretty sure that the thing that was in that prison cell had some vampiric qualities.
Okay.
And the itchiness in your wound seems to be magical in some way, so I'm worried that you might have been inflicted with some level of curse.
Oh, like what kind of curse?
Maybe the vampiric kind?
But vampires are undead, and death isn't a thing. And I've almost died, but not died a lot. So aren't I already undead and a vampire? And Stormbringer's like squinting really hard at Charity, trying to reason this through in her mind.
Nice.
I don't think that really follows.
I mean, I feel like that's really good logic, Lucien, but okay. Like, death's not a thing, and I'm not dead, because death's not a thing.
She still seems a little confused to you with that insight roll of 9.
Yeah, that insight roll of 9. I just didn't want to interrupt her talking. Sorry, I was going to get to it when she was done.
So I'm already undead, right?
No. You're... Look, let's set aside the whole death being or not being a thing, okay?
Okay.
We'll just ignore that for a second.
Okay.
Someone like you, who's very strong and who has fought in a lot of battles and perhaps been very badly wounded multiple times, etc. Just because you survive that, it doesn't make you undead. Undead are a different kind of thing.
But un means not. And so they're not dead. And I'm not dead. So I'm undead, right?
Undead is short for undead unliving.
Underdead? Oh.
Undead unliving. They're not
I've
really
never heard
alive, but they're not really dead.
That doesn't make any sense. Everything's alive. Because nothing's dead. I'm lost.
I'm like, Galway is trying to imagine Charity trying to explain non-dualistic philosophy to Stormbringer, and Galway's mind is breaking. I'm like, no, I don't know that Charity is equipped to do this. Just like, no, there's something else. They're a different type of alive. Does that work better?
Oh, yeah.
Undead
okay.
are a different type of alive.
So,
You're not undead.
I'm not undead.
No, you're normal alive.
Normal, not dead.
Correct.
Normal
Jesus.
undead.
You are normal undead, not special undead.
Okay. I think that makes sense. Is it bad to become special undead?
Yes.
Oh. But
Charity
you'll
actually looks
stop it, right?
visibly elated at progress.
You'll stop it from happening, though, right? Because you're a doctor.
Aww.
Give me a quick perception check. If that's okay for me to say, Andy.
Yeah, please.
Because I'm assuming it's dark out.
Holy shit.
I rolled a crit? A 23, so?
Yeah. Because I'm assuming it's dark out, right, Andy? So, and you don't have dark vision?
Although maybe I'm growing dark vision.
She can see pretty well.
Oh, okay. So
Not
with
to the point of disadvantage, so we'll keep.
No, but that's fine. As you say, so you'll fix it, right? Because you're the doctor. I was going to say, and with that you would have. You both see and hear tears running down Charity's cheeks and hitting the leaves.
Why are you crying, Charity?
I don't know that I can.
Hey, it's okay, because death's not a thing, so if I become a special not dead, that's okay. It'll be okay.
From what I know, you might be able to resist the transformation, to stay the type of undead you are right now, the normal not dead. And I might be able to use some of my magics to help you in that, but I don't know that I can fully stop it. You might have to, well, fight it, but you're very good at that.
Yeah, I'm really good at fighting things.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay, Charity. And I'll clap him on the back. It's really okay. Everything's okay. I mean, this is a good night, you know? Everything's okay.
Yeah.
Vamaris and Burbage.
I have
You,
found a clearing, and I am practicing with my scimitars.
Ooh, beautiful. Burbage, you kind of watch from your tent a bit begrudgingly. You just feel the need to kind of keep your eyes on Vamaris, and you see him, his scimitars kind of flashing in electric light every once in a while. And he seems to be pretty happy about that. And then he tries it again, and nothing happens that time. So he sort of wanders back to a starting point and then tries a few moves again. And every time this sort of flash of electricity, you see him kind of take a little bit of a sigh of relief. And there's something about him practicing that almost makes you feel like he's not necessarily learning how to use these. It's almost as if he's remembering.
Oh.
And then Burbage, what are you doing while the party's split and vulnerable? And no one's asked for a perception roll.
I mean, we're in range.
Well, to be fair, I did ask for a perception roll, and she
Well, that's
critted.
true, yeah.
She's probably pretty goddamn aware of what's going on around us.
That's true, yeah. Stormbringer, you're very aware.
I probably got that bounty out, probably looking at it, reading it over, going like looking at, alternating between looking at that and looking at Vamaris practicing with her scimitars, and then like looking at the tree where Charity and Stormbringer are, because I keep hearing the word sucking at first for the first few minutes while they're over there.
Yeah.
Which is distracting, and so now I know how Charity felt earlier.
Gotcha.
But I guess in the midst of all that, I might have some time to just kind of keep watch and see if anything's around.
All right. You fix your rations around the fire. You're sort of busying yourself, but you're in the camp proper, and everyone else is spread out a little bit. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
That is a 25. Or, no, 23, because I shouldn't have had advantage.
Right. Yeah. Interesting. While all of this is kind of going on, you hear kind of a large rustling in the leaves above your head, kind of like almost like a large bird like landed in the treetops. And then just a little bit later, you hear it again. It's not actually enough that if you weren't paying attention, you probably wouldn't have heard it or paid much attention to the leaves rustling in this way, but you do, because you're trying to busy yourself not looking at Vamaris.
So I hear what sounds like a big bird landing in the trees above me?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And then you heard like another? Was that what you said, Andy?
Yes.
I'll look up into the canopy. And
yeah, you look up to where you thought you heard this noise. You see a few boughs on a few different very tall trees in this area. They're kind of swaying back and forth, and it's really difficult to make out because it's now beyond the firelight. But maybe there's like a large owl in the tree.
I'm gonna wrinkle my face at that. And then look back down. Look around a bit.
Okay.
Look at Vamaris.
Yeah.
Look back
And
down at the ground.
You hear very softly, from above you. I think he sees us. And then
They fly away.
you get that sense, yeah.
Huh. The owls are not what they seem.
Slow clap. Slow clap.
God, I'm so fucked up.
You hear a voice, Burbage, next to you, and it's the old Dale, and he says, "Yeah, you're pretty fucked up."
I didn't ask you.
Well, you should probably take a drink. That's what I'm saying. You
so.
you got something to make wine, I know.
I don't have anything to make wine. What are you talking about?
You gotta lie to yourself.
I'm not lying to myself. I'm lying to you. Oh, shit. Didn't mean to say that out loud.
And he's gone.
Make wine. Make wine.
Vamaris is going to come up to you, and he's all sweaty because he's been working out. And what's wrong? Why are you making that noise?
Is there so there's a fire burning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look at Vamaris sweating, and I look at the fire.
I'm glistening.
God damn it.
You piece of shit. God.
You just call me a piece of shit. You asshole.
Burbage is seriously stressing out here, and he's clearly having like a huge, strange, inscrutable inner battle, and his eyes are kind of locked on the fire, and he's like scratching at his head and just like pulling at his mussy hair and then looking at Vamaris' glistening skin, and then he's like, God damn it, fine. God, shit. All right, Vamaris, you want no secrets? No secrets, fine. Here, and I'm going to pull out my berries, and I'm going to hand them over to him.
What berries are you talking about?
These are 10 Whoopsie berries that I stole. Well, I didn't steal, I just kept them for myself for later.
Okay.
It's more smuggling than stealing.
I am very relieved. Vamaris he knowingly takes the berries.
Thank you.
I mean, I wasn't going to tell anyone.
Yeah. You want to know something else?
Sure.
Whispers in the night. I've heard that before.
Yeah. We keep running into that.
I've heard it long ago.
Wait, how long ago?
Oh, you know, like... yeah, like for a little over 20 years.
Vamaris will nod like that makes sense.
This fire, right? This fire's so big and hot.
Feels good, doesn't it? And I'm going to sit
feels-
down next to it. The muscles are kind of twitching, and you can see them.
God, Jesus. The flames are kind of almost seem to be growing. It's becoming a very bright, hot fire. Everyone's starting to get a little sweaty. Both Burbage and Vamaris sitting around it, and it takes just a second before you kind of realize the fire is too big.
I'm going to, immediately try backing away.
It's too hot. And Vamaris starts to back away. Burbage turns to look at him as the fire seems to reach out, grab Burbage, and pull him into it.
Thank
And
you.
Burbage's eyes are looking up at Vamaris with a terror in his face that Vamaris hasn't quite seen.
I'm gonna reach out a hand.
Stormbringer,
Burbage, no!
Stormbringer, you turn just as Vamaris sort of yells no, and you turn back to Charity, and you smile. You smile wide. And you sort of lean in and just kind of whisper, I finally found you, Lucien. And now you're gonna pay. And that concludes tonight's episode of Goats and Dragons. If you enjoyed this and are curious to see where the story goes, please follow us on Twitch, where we are simply Helpful Goat, or subscribe to us on YouTube at Helpful Goat Gaming. We are a small independent game design firm and could really use the support. If you'd like to know more about us, our streams, our company, or our upcoming projects, you can visit helpfulgoat.com, follow us on Twitter at helpfulgoat, or check us out on Facebook page at helpfulgoat. Thank you very much to everyone who's playing tonight. That was amazing. And thank you so much for watching. We absolutely immensely appreciate it. And from all of us on Goats and Dragons, we wish you an excellent evening. Good night.
Bye.
It's just whimpering.
Good night. Good night.
Nope. Nope.